Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be attempting the Guardian's Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 14th of September 2024. It's been set by Chandler. It's number 24 of the Quick Cryptics on the 11 by 11 grids. I always talk these ones through slower because the Quick Cryptic series is specifically designed to introduce new people to cryptic crosswords. They're meant to be a bit easier, whether they are or not, I can't say. But I just go through and I talk very slowly and I explain my thoughts as I look at each clue. So, as always, there's four types of clue. Or it's a limited four types of clue. We've got anagrams, charades, which is where you put two or three words together to make a new word, reversal, which is where you take one word, reverse it to make another. So dog and God are reverses of each other. And I know that sometimes people have a problem understanding which one to put in the answer. So if I can see it, I'll explain why. And acrostics, which is where you take the initials of letters to make a new word. And with acrostics, quite often they tend to be slight. You can tell from the length of a clue if it's a longish acrostic what's there. Now, I haven't actually looked at any of the clues, but just looking at the grid, you see there's some three-letter words here and here across the middle. One down here, not one down there. So I would think they are good spots for a reversed word because reversals are harder to come by if they're longer. But doesn't make them impossible. So here we go. Let's have a look at one across. Bend at top, so after manipulation. So we've got anagrams in this potential crosswords. I'm looking at manipulation as being an anagram. The word after is next to it. Is anagram of after making bend top? I don't think so. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's a charade. I don't know. I'm going to just nip on to the next clue, because it's not worth spending time. All we want to do on the first pass is put some letters in the board to make it easier to get some other things. So drank on way back in store. Way back suggests it's going to be one of the reversal clues. Drank on way back. So that says to me you want to find a word that means drank, turn it round, and gets you back in store. Again, I can't think of anything that will go in there, so I'm going to go on to number 7 across. Journey permitted for one of three children. So my first impression of that clue is the word permitted makes me think let, and now I'm thinking three children is triplet, and a trip is a journey. So there we go. Triplet. Seeing permit or permitted or allowed are great words for let. So there we are. Got one on the board. Exploit these people close to office. Now I'm reading that clue as close to office, which means there's an E. So I'm going to put an E there. These people, I know exploit. Exploit comes a lot. It's use, which is us for these people. So there we go. Use. Next one. Closed den surprisingly. So surprisingly, good anagram indicator. Den is end, and the close of something is the end of it. Let's look at this one down here because we've got some letters on the board now. Daughter devoured fruit. So daughter is quite often a D. I mean, if you think that might be obvious as date, you'd be right. So date, ate is devoured, and fruit, date is a fruit. Not one of the things you'd think of as a fruit, but it is. Setters sometimes do that. They pick things that are lesser known as fruit. You normally think of apples, bananas, peaches, and pears. But date, yep, it's a fruit apparently. Stuffy type at the outset. Now look at the length of this clue. 5 letters. I'm seeing big words here. I'm automatically thinking acrostic. So we're going from P-R-U-D-E. Prude. Stuffy type is a prude. At the outset telling us we should be looking for the acrostic. I'm going to look at this one going across here. Oh, if I can get to it. There we are. Consume. Consume might be E. Starters of eggs and truffles. Okay, starters of EAT. Eggs and truffles. There we go. Let's see this one. Drank on way back in store. I'm looking at that thinking, I still don't know what it is. Doped. Drank on way back in store. Nope, still not coming to me. An act of stealing article with pink newspaper. I think the pink newspaper is the FT, and stealing an article. Articles are the, and a. So we've got the FT for theft, which is an act of stealing. Ah, now I know what this is. I'm looking at that going, a store is a depot. And I think if you drank, you toped, which is the word going backwards. Now, here's an interesting one because on the way back is indicating us to reverse the clue, but it's next to drank and it's next to store. So there's no easy way of knowing which one it is. It's easy to know it from what the letters are on the board, but I think if you read the surface of the clue being how it's spoken, drank on way back gives you an indication it's probably going to be the drank word that goes backwards, toped, and then in-store goes forward to be depot. So let's have a look at this one. Support a thing required to prove age. A thing. So I think a thing required to prove age is your ID, and the support is an aid. So there we are. Should look at one down. Very diets. Okay, I'm looking at those two. Immediately I'm going, well, that's going to be an anagram surely, especially when I've got T over here in a 5-letter word. Diets. Put in place. Cited, I think that is. Cited, gosh. That's sort of word you go, ooh, I'm not sure I would have known how to spell that off the top of my head, but there you go. Cited is an anagram of diets. I've looked at one across before. Let's have another look. Bend toe, sew after manipulation. I still don't know what that is, unless it's top. So no, it's not. It's not an acrostic because there's not enough words in the clue to get to an acrostic for a 5-letter word. You know, you've got 5 words there, but you still need to know what you're trying to, the definitions you're trying to get to. 2 down. Leaves out moist nuts. Leaves out. Moist nuts. I think out can be an anagram indicator. Could be moist. Nuts could be an anagram indicator as well, which would be moist, meaning. So we're looking for a word meaning leaves out. I can't think what it would be. Is it an anagram? I don't know. Let's try this one here. Parched region, so I'm thinking desert. Deters moving. Deters is an anagram of desert. Desert. Let's go here. Haphazardly ate. I've got a T in a 3-letter word. And afternoon refreshment. So that's T, isn't it? Let's look at this one. Those foremost. So this sounds like it might be a leading letter. We've got something A, E, something among youth easily tempted. So yet. And still is yet. So still in the sense of, well, that happened yet still. It's gonna. I can't think of a good example, but that sort of thing. It looks like celery or salary, doesn't it? Very small friend with endeavour. Oh gosh. A friend is pal. Pal, yes. And very small is paltry, and try is, you know, if you attempt something, you're trying it, which is going on an endeavour. Let's have. I'm avoiding these ones now. Observe openers for England. So we've got E, Y, E. So I observe is to eye something. You eye it, you observe it. Let's see if I can get to this correct. Yeah, leaders. Okay, we've got the same thing. Header letters S, E, A, C. Body of waters are that. So, what's this one? Oh, am I still on screen? I know I've got to scroll down in a minute. So, I think I'm actually going to go back see if I can get these two, because then I can scroll down a bit. Leaves out moist nuts. I mean, I still feel that's an anagram of moist, which would be what have we got left? Omits. There we are. Omits. It was an anagram after all. Omits. Yeah, you leave something out, you omit it. Bend, top, so after manipulation. So okay. I think we've got anagram of top so. I'm looking at my SOP here, thinking I've got a 5-letter word. So if we bend top so, we get stoop, I think. I think that's stoop. Stoop is to bend. Okay, so top so after manipulation. So after manipulation is taken to anagram top so to get to bend, which is to stoop. Right, I'm going to scroll down the screen a little bit because I know the scroll. There we are. Am I still on screen? I'm just going to check in my. I think I'll get about there, can't I? Did I get it all on? No, still not on. Try that. And there, not quite, still not on. Oh, there's still more clues to come on, aren't there? Okay, well, I'll come down to this in a minute. Right, let's have a look at this one. A cedar swaying, I've got A and D, it must be an anagram surely, in place for amusements, so arcade. So I kind of, well, place for amusements went straight into my head as arcade, and then I know that's an anagram that way. So it doesn't matter which way you do the clue. Sometimes you build it up from what's available in the clue, sometimes you just go, place for amusements is an arcade. And know what letters are on the board, as you can see, has been very helpful. One dealing in market recreated red art, so anagram of red art. One dealing in market is a trader, isn't it? Have a look at this one. Get rid of misguided curbs. I mean, that looks like misguided curbs. 5-letter word beginning with S. Curbs has got 5 letters and an S, so I'm thinking scrub. It's nice, easy. It's kind of an easy anagram, so it does move the. Well, you don't quite just move the S to there, but it almost makes itself. Get rid of is to scrub. Let's see what this is. Recall. Okay. Means it's a backward word. Glastonbury's Hill is the tour of Glastonbury, so we're going to recall Glastonbury's Hill, which is the tour going backwards, and nonsense is rot going forward. So Glastonbury's Hill, so we've got the indicator to turn the clue around, recall, so that's next to Glastonbury's Hill. So that's the word you have to turn around to get to the answer. What's going down here? Change later, so I've got an A and a T. Alter, I assume. Okay, so actually I've looked at that clue. Although I've got the answer correctly, later outwork is the anagram indicator. Later is the word to change, and a change is an alter. You alter something, you change it. Part of body set for revolution. Leg. Okay, so that's a nice interesting one because gel in this case is going backwards, and gel is you set your hair, you put gel in it, it sets something. Jelly sets. So again, we've got set, we've got revolution is telling us to turn it around. We've got the words for set next to it. So think of a word that means set, which is gel. Turn that around to get to the part of the body, which is the leg going in forwards. So look at this one down. Evidence of happiness in ring, possibly. Now, I just read that clue. My first thought about that clue is, I'm looking for a hidden word in ring, because I've got a G, 4 letters G, and I went, no, but they aren't in this crossword. So that's how I read the clue, but obviously not wrong. Evidence of happiness in ring, possibly. I've got that G though. Ring is a 4-letter word. Yes, it's a grin, isn't it? There we are. So evidence of happiness is a grin. Can this be baron or something? So no, title figure is a baron. Exclude in operation. So exclude is to bar someone. You exclude them, and in operation means something is on. Let me just check I'm still on screen. Just about on screen for the picture. There we go. Let's bring it down a bit more for you. There we go. We're on. This one, a section of hospital. So when I see hospital, I think, well, there's only the A&E and there's only ENT, or there's a ward, ward that you sit on. I've got a ward gets prize. I'd seen prize out of the corner of my eye, so I kind of knew I was going for that. So a ward is a prize. This one, revolutionary boat. So revolutionary might be we've got a 7-letter word. Revolutionary makes me think, given the clues we've got, we're looking at reversal, but we've got a 7-letter word, so that could be interesting. Boat made of timber in updated document. I And there's lots of possibilities there, because made of timber might be some kind of anagram. I think it's maybe we're looking at charade. Yeah, revolutionaries are red quite often. Boat made of timber. Red redraft, I think that's going to be, isn't it? Updated documents are draft. Yeah. Oh, okay. Red raft. There we go. Red raft. Boat made of timber. So revolutionary. Red. Red for revolutionary comes up a lot, as in kind of the Russian Red Army. Revolutionary Che is another, Che Guevara. 3-letter words that come up a lot. So remember those. What are we going down here? First signs of, okay, we've got an E and T. I can see E there. E-N-T-R-Y. Entry. Admission is entry. There we go. Entry. So this leaves this one. Ooh, I can't think what that'll be. Reddish. Okay, reddish, ruddy. Faces of. Okay. Letters R-U-D-D-Y. Ruddy. Okay, there we go. All done. Let's see. Just check my screen up. Just bring that into. See if the check all button works. There we go. All done. Okay, good. So, I mean, this week I just kind of worked around organically and built out of letters that were there. I'm going to go through the clues, explain them again. Bend means to stoop. Topsoe is an anagram of stoop, and after manipulation is telling us to anagram those two words. So that I think one of the things I'm looking at this puzzle thinking it's been very nice. I've enjoyed it. That Chandler has not given us an easy ride on things like that, where you've got after manipulation a little bit further away from the word you're anagramming. No problem with that. I mean, we got there. 4 across. Drank on way back in store. So a store is a depot, and drank is toped, and way back is telling us to put toped backwards. Now, as I say, on this one, it's hard to know whether he wants us to turn around toped or depot. It could be, there's an argument for either of them. I think at the surface of the clue probably leads you to say I need to turn around the first word, but that isn't guaranteed, and really it's only when you get some extra letters on the board you get an answer of what, well, when you get the D or the T, you'll know which way to put the word. Journey is a trip. Permit is let. You let someone do something, you permitted them to do it, and 1 of 3 children is a triplet. So that's a really, what I like about that clue is it's a classic charade clue. Trip plus let equals triplet. He's given us a nice helpful definition of 1 of 3 children. I say he, I'm assuming children is a he. So there we go. Use is to exploit. That comes up a lot. That's definition. These people is us. And the close to office, so the closing letter of office is an E, so put an E, us plus E. In this version, it's close again. It's close, den, surprisingly, den, anagram indicator, so end is an anagram of den, and the close is the end. Parched region is a desert. And we've got an anagram of desert in the word deters, and moving is telling us to anagram that word. Consume is to eat, and the starters of eggs and truffles are EAT. Those foremost among youth easily tempted still. Oh gosh, so those foremost is his telling us to look at the lead letters, and youth easily tempted is yet. So that's the answer, and still is what defines that. So think of still in the sense of I can't give you a good example really, but that happened yet, that happened still. I can't think of an example. Apologies, but again, as I say, Chandler's kind of given us that among almost seems a little bit unneeded to get to the fact we want to take these letters are there. So a little bit confusing. You will see that in more complicated crosswords, but those foremost among is telling us to look at the lead letters, and we're kind of helped out that actually you don't ever need to solve that clue, because if you can get that one down and that one down and that one down, lead is in. So we've got another set of acrostics, and we've got sailing, emerge, across, SEA, and a body of water is the sea. Leaders in sailing emerge across body of water. So that's pretty good surface, really. Leaders in sail, so you can think of that. The surface of that is saying, oh, yeah, imagine some people coming, the captains of ships coming across, merging across the body of water towards you. Aceder, swaying. So we've got an anagram of aceder, and that gives us arcade, which is a place for amusements. Part of the body is your leg. Set in this case is gel being turned round. So revolution is next to set. Think of a word for set, and that gets you to turn that round. Turn that word, which is gel, around, and that gets you the body of part of the body, the leg. Just going to see where I'm on the screen. Oh, I'm coming down a bit. This is a little bit annoying about there. In fact, we have to scroll up and down a bit, but there we go. Hopefully, I can just about see. Recall Glastonbury's Hill. So we've got the same thing here. We've got recall. Glastonbury's Hill is the tour of Glastonbury, TOR. Turn that round, and that gets you to nonsense, which is the answer, which is rot. So the grammar of that sentence is indicator to turn it round. This is the word you're going to turn round, and that gives you the answer. So the answer is not next to that. It's not next to the indicator. Revolutionary boat made of timber in updated documents. So quite a complicated clue to read. It certainly didn't jump off the page of me, but a revolutionary is a red, and a boat made of timber is a raft, and an updated document is a redraft. So good charade there, where the two words don't immediately add up together, because a red draft has to become a redraft, but the letters fit in. Exclude in operation, title figure, another charade here. So exclude is to bar, in operation is on, and a title figure is a baron. And reddish faces of residents under display, disfiguring yard. So reddish is ruddy. The faces of is telling us to take the initial letters of residents under display, disfiguring yard. Whew. So that's ruddy. Now let's go through the downs. Just reline my screen a bit. There we go. So one down. Varied diets. So we've got an anagram of diets, indicated by varied. Put in place is cited. So you put something in place, you cited it. Leaves out moist nuts. So leaves out is omits, and moist nuts. Nuts is a good anagram indicator that comes up frequently. Anagram moist is omits. Very small is paltry, so that's the definition. A friend is a pal. That's a good one to remember. Pals and mates are good, worth remembering, and allies. And endeavour is, you try something, you take it on a new endeavour, you give it a try. Daughter, abbreviation D, that comes up a lot. Devoured is 8, so D plus 8 equals fruit, which is the date. Stuffy type at the outset, so we've got prude, so stuffy type is a prude at the outset of presume. Raunchiness usually damages ethics. That's the 5 letters that go to make prude. An act of stealing is theft. Article, in this case, is the, so 3 articles to remember, a, an, and the. And they're almost always one of those articles. You never really see article used to indicate a thing, shall we say. It's always one of those. You get foreign articles as well, like le, la, and le, and un in French, and the German versions, and the Spanish versions, and sometimes the Italian. Pink newspaper is the FT. So the FT, the plus FT, gives you theft, which is that act of stealing. Observe is to I. The openers for England yesterday excelling. I guess that's a good cricket clue if you read that as a surface. So you watch the openers for England yesterday, doing really well, excelling. Observe openers for England yesterday, excelling. I don't know if England actually played yesterday. Haphazardly 8, so anagram of 8. Haphazardly telling us that it's an anagram. Afternoon refreshment is tea. Support a thing required to prove ID. So that's quite a tough little clue, really, for a 3-letter word to get you to 3 things. So support is aid. Not something that jumps off the page as a synonym. You wouldn't have thought, I wouldn't have been able to biff that in there. The A here is very important. We need the A to start our clue off, and then we've got thing required to prove ID. prove age, sorry, which is ID. A plus ID gives us aid, so that A is really important. One dealing in a market is a trader. Recreated is telling us an anagram of red art, and red art is an anagram of trader. So I'm just going to go down to 17, see if I'm still on screen. Let's go through the list. Ooh, getting close to not being on screen anyway. Where am I? Am I there? No, not quite. There we go. So get rid of misguided curb. So get rid of is to scrub. Misguided curb. So we've got misguided is an anagram indicator. Curbs is the word we're anagramming, and that gets us to scrub. Change later at work. So later is being changes to alter something. Later at work. So anagram of later is alter, and at work is telling us that's being mixed up, that's being worked on. A section of hospital, so A again here is very important because it's the first letter of our answer, and a section of hospital is a ward. So remember wards, ENT, ear, nose and throat department, ENT, and A&E maybe. Anyway, a ward and a prize is award. An award. First signs of, so we're looking at the initial letters of event, neatly timetabled, recording your. So entry, and omission is entry. Finally, evidence of happiness in ring possibly. So evidence for happiness is a grin, and we've got an anagram of ring, and possibly is telling us that's an anagram. So that's a hard one to spot to finish off. So I think I've gone through all the clues, done it all. So if you've got any questions or any comments, then please put them down in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching.